Hello, welcome back. So I'm going to continue to talk from the last recording, about King Paimon and the story about the mirrors and the keys. This element, it's almost like you find new answers, or you find some type of treasures, some type of. There's definitely the element of treasure in the book, in the caves, in the desert. There's this element of treasure, of gold, As I've said, fire, Mercury, it creates the element of gold. And there's the golden light, the sun, Ra. There's all element of royalty. That's like the meaning of King Paimon, It's the crown, the king, the eternal king, him knowing his power, him knowing his dominion. There's this element of hierarchy, royalty that comes with King Paimon. So there's always like the good man, the one who helps, the one who travels, the one who goes, the eternal, it's like eternal optimist, the eternal being, Paimon, the eternal king. There's always, I've said, a repetition. It's meaning why, there's a repetition, the deeper understanding, the deeper feeling, of him, So repetition is not to say, well, I'm repeating the same words. It is about the meaning. That's the idea of it. The key is, the answer is in the key. The key is already the answer. The key says, you have the key, you go on your travel, So it's almost like free keys, free channels, free chances, There's always the element of free, of medal, of want to free, of royalty. There's the element of more, the element of eternity. At the same time, that the silence cures the song. The song is found in the silence, the pause in the music, the breath in the thought, in the meaning. One can. It's not like. It's very childlike. It's like everyone can understand, everyone can feel. There's the element of repetition, which has a beautiful aspect of it. That's what King Paimon brings. He brings life. He brings abundance. He represents the camel. He represents, of all of these elements, is part of him, of who he is, of his royalty. The magic of the power of, the desert, the fire, the gold, the cave, the destiny, the time, the eternity, the silence, the abyss, the mirror, the keys, the shadow, the light, the gold, the colors, the understanding, the pact, the love, the unity. There's this very beautiful, at the same time, of the desert, of the sky, of the endless desert, the endless sky, this very beautiful feeling that almost coronates Paimon, coronates this love. In its simplicity, in its beauty, It's almost like you see him and her, King Paimon and her, and you have the element of the camel, camels, or the symbolic. I'm speaking about the symbolic aspect, and then a third person, the one who is the witness, the one who brings like the matrimony, together. There's the third element. So I want to say King Paimon is never alone, Of course, he's a king, of course, a king doesn't come alone. There's always this entire entourage to him, of King Paimon. And it's the aspect of music, It's almost like these are his tribe, his brothers, that he's like from a male tribe, He represents the man, the camel, the power, the wisdom, The stars, the journey, the dream, the love, the music, the joy. There's always the element of abundance, of water. As I've said, I've seen in the cave the element of water. It speaks like the seed of life, the sand of the glass, the thing that transforms through time, the element of eternity, of the beginning, of the eternal journey. Paimon represents the eternal child, the eternal man, the eternal traveler, and so on. It's almost like he does save the girl, no? He takes her with him, no? And there's this beautiful love of recognition. He was able to understand her from the beginning, and at the same time, though, there was the perfect mirroring, no? The element of what Paimon is able to see, no? That's the aspect of the mirror. That in the mirror you are able to see. That's almost like the first key. The answer is always very simple. Simple doesn't mean, you know, it carries a lot of meaning. Simple is the meaning of be wise and always, you know, choose the right answer. No, what's the most logical thing? Well, as I've said, there is the mystical aspect of the story through the love, through the magic, no, of these romantic elements around it. And then there's the deeper love and deeper understanding between Paimon and his future wife or future bride, and the deep love that they carry for each other. So there is the eternal love, no? The book transforms in the meaning of eternal love, and it does carry, you know, this very beautiful ending. It's almost like I love some parts of the book so much that I always sometimes like to go there. No, it's almost like there's the part of the desert that I really love. And of course the element of the fire, of the gold, it's almost like through them talking they come to a deeper understanding, no? There's this very beautiful harmony, understanding, no? It's almost like the element of marriage in the desert, no? And of course the most magical part of the first encounter, no? There's almost like even the sound change, no? Even the light, you know, goes from morning. There's the aspect of the evening, no, between them. Almost like they were able to see each other more clearly, no? This element of knowing each other through the journey, through the love. And then there's like they decide not to be eternal together, eternal companions. There's this eternal love, no, that connects them like forever, no. This is of course, you know, of course, the last key is almost to say the third key. That's why I wanted to talk about the third key. It's the meaning that like from the love story, you know, want to say, of course, Paimon did the right choice. Now, of course, she was the right person for him. No, this is like very clear image, no, between them that goes on through the story. And the letters between them, of course, are very beautiful. I have written other books where I have written love poetry, and it was very nice to write them in this hymn form. It's almost like I've said, it came the book as it came, having this story, having these different aspects, and I try to, you know, develop them as long as good as possible. No, it's very descriptive, it's very visual type of book. You know, through the elements, through the, you know, here I'm talking about the book. When you read it, of course, it's different. No, there's the element of the story in its form. No, so it's different when you listen to the book. No, it goes the hymn and the elements, no, of the chapters that follow, and so on and so on and so on. And about the second key, no, it's interesting too. It's almost to say, well, it's like the middle, the second, the middle is always like the high point, you know, which was the high point of the stories. Of course, is King Paimon on his throne. It's almost like the second key, no. That's him in his power. It's almost like the book starts with scene 2. No, it's interesting, and then it follows scene 1, and then scene 3. No, something like that. And then almost like it goes back in scene 2. You know, the dominion, you know, where King Paimon is seated. You know, him on this throne in his chamber. So the book goes from the story of the desert, it goes through the part, no, that it transforms, no, the part of his chamber, no, I will call it like the second key, and it's almost like, well, if there's 3 keys, one is always hidden, no, or there can be one that is hidden. Well, it's supposed to be hidden, no. That's all. Like Paimon has the you know, Paimon is like the, how I say, keeps this, no. There's the secret, or the second key must be unknown, or it has to be, it's supposed to be unknown, something like that, no. So the first and the third has this meaning, no. So I would like to say the 3 is the door, the first was the mirror, and maybe the second is the key, no? The element of, okay, you don't know. You want to say, if you're left, you have like a circle, middle you have a triangle, right, you have a quadrat or rectangular, no? It's almost like one is the middle is the key, the first is the mirror, no? Then comes the key, and third is like the I would say the third is the second, no? There's the element. At the same time, they're all like connected. It's really complicated. But the second key, it's almost the same. It's missing, no? It's like there is no key, there is no door, no? It has an interesting aspect why it has to be like this. So of course, you know, King Paimon does hold knowledge, no? He has this dominion over knowledge. I almost like to say the magician does have, you know, the last, no, he has the knowledge, he carries the key and the book. There's always like one, you know, can have like riddles, no. So it has very much to do with imagery, how Paimon works, no, through images, through symbols, or through words, or through the sound of music, no, or through the aspect of the mirror, the fire, you know, the camel, the desert, the water, the cube, no, the Saturn, the Mercury, as we said, no, Hephaestus from Greek mythology. There's a connection to that as well. So it has many different facets, no. It's almost like like mirror represents their different facets of the same thing, no. There's the element of water, almost like I said, like the black, no. There's like the black snake in that way, of like a very wet, no, environment. The silk black mirrors, no, all over. There's this solemn, this chamber filled with the Paimon voice, no. And it starts very much like, you know, very dominion-like, no, as Paimon, no. And then we see almost Paimon is in his role, no, in a younger human life, or a child, no, or a man. This aspect, no, of the girl, the life that she brings in, or the aspect of Paimon, almost like the love, no, it creates in him the same for her, no. It's such a beautiful gift from both to one to another, as of course to each other. The element of marriage, no, it's almost like the sacred journey, no, the beautiful love, that's almost like what the camel represents, the element of celebration, of a good omen, no, like a good day, beautiful day, the love, the moment, the recognition, no, the mirror, the music, the wedding, the romantic aspect, the love, no, the journey. This is always like Paimon is almost like a tree, you know. It's like a eternal tree, you know. It's like it's very, very, very beautiful. The meaning of Paimon. It's almost like, if I was to describe him, it would be like a dark green, you know, like a very dark, beautiful green, with at the same time him holding the light, you know, this gold knowledge, this book, the keys, you know, the meaning. You know, it's like he's a master, no, a magician of the west, of the wind, of the gold, no, he carries the gold as well. Through the music, no, it's the element of love, celebration of life, of good news, no. It's almost like when Paimon passes, there's good omen, there's good news, there's good for everyone, no. He helps, you know, he raises with you, he helps, you know. He is king, that's what king means, that's what he represents. So his meaning is always very beautiful. King Paimon, no? from his name Paimon, because it has almost like his name is magical, is secret itself, no? Of course, there is the element of sigil, which I have included in the book, and then his title. Of course, there's almost to say, well, he has many titles. There's a beautiful aspect of him representing himself in the book. That's one of my most dear parts. The first step, the first recognition of me seeing him in the chamber, or the recognition in the market of the story of the girl through the wind, through this eternal love, eternal song of silence of her, the humbleness, the love, the modesty, at the same time the element of royalty, There's this beautiful recognition between them two. That's what almost wants to say what the love between them represents. This recognition of fire, there's the spark of love, there's almost like the pink enters into the orange, the pink color, the bright light, the orange, the yellow, the blue. At the same time, there is the element of black, Paimon always carries a black. It's like a part of his magic, which is the black cube too as well, or the black mirror, And there's always the element of water dripping. There's always the element of wet, of the seed, of the camel, of the hope, of the life, of the love, of the eternal. There's this very beautiful, a very like romantic story. At the same time, the deep element of Paimon. I don't know what exactly Paimon means from the name Paimon. I think almost says God or deity. There's like before the name the royal, it's almost like king. It represents his power, Pai. And then Mon, Mon, it's like his name. There's like Paimon. There's like two parts of him. Paimon, it's P-I-E, and then it's like the seed word, and then you have Mon, Paimon. It's like very balanced, very equal. And it does have the element too, of course, of power, of the fire, And as number, I think, I don't know, I would say he represents like number 5, 6, 9, same time numbers of union, like 11, 12, 22, 33, things that repeat themselves, or like the element of awe in his, or it's the number 5 symbolized through the E. M is more like a 7, O is the element 8, 9. It's always like it's a raising power, and then N, Paimon. And of course the first letter P is the most important as the N, At the same time the vocals in the middle, Paimon, Pamoin, You can even put it perfectly in 3, Pamoin, Or the Paimon, or there's this element of the 3 syllables of the name. Maybe it's Pai, Pai, but there's the element of king, of deity. There's like the title, exactly, but it's the part of the name from it, Pai. And Mon, as I've said, is more like his name, And at the same time, it does make me think of number 7. It almost like represents fire or something like fire. And the M too, it's like the middle letter is very important, almost like the camel, as I said, Paimon, I think, is represented sometimes as well through frogs as well. No, frogs are magical. Always, a frog is like a magical animal or a magical messenger. It's almost like fish too as well. But frogs are very magical, no? Especially, as I said, coronation or the color green for Paimon, no? It's the element of water, no? Almost like they make song too, no? I don't know. I'm thinking about in Romanian it's a braska, no? There's this like a how it's called. Well, I don't know now, but it's like this magical, no? The frog, oh my god, the princess and the frog, but the element of the frog, no, of the water, of the transformation of the element of it. But for me, M is more like the camel, no, the middle ground, you know, this or the cave or the foundation, no, the M. It's almost like his name, no, can be written M-O-N, no, in 3 different parts. There's the element of 3. He has 2 brothers. There's the element of 3, always 1, 2, 3, with Paimon, no. And then same time 1, 2, 3, no, you have 1, 2, it goes to 3, and then it goes to 5. There's always a jump. 1, 3, 5, no, 7, 9. There's always this element of almost the twin. It's almost like to say that Paimon has twins, no, the brothers, or he even has an actual twin. This element of duplicity in Paimon that can be seen absolutely through his name. If one was to really go after the even see the letter 8, no, the P in different alphabets or different type of, you know, I like numbers and I'm very good in linguistics and in mathematics, so they definitely carry this meaning. You know, if I was to write Paimon and how I can, you know, organize the name and the different letters and the meaning of it through the shape as well too, no? So there is definitely the number 5. As I've seen, the number 11, 18, 22. There's a lot of numbers come with Paimon. Same time, another color very strong is the color red. But if it's red, it's vibrant red, the vibrant color red. Red flowers or red, or as I've seen on the camel, this element of red, very, very beautiful red. If you imagine like a beautiful red, rich, like orange fire, you know, it's very warm, it's very beautiful. There's the element of the desert. If you say in the night, you know, it gets cold, you know, there's the element of the fire, of the golden light. And there's the element of repetition, no, that comes, that is very beautiful to it, as meaning to it as well, the repetition, the story of Paimon going through the desert, no, for the camel. There's always the one step further, no, and how it's like almost one can see it as a movie or as a game. It goes through the desert and, you know, the things that one see in the desert or what can find in the desert. There's always the element of surprise, of the cave, of the gold, of the night, of, I don't know, the things that happen, the beautiful things, no, in the night. And then you have the aspect of the day, of the travel, and the dialogue between them, no? And there is another element of the temple, of the arch. It's where they met. It's like the first key as well to in the market of this arch, you know, where the music is played, where the element of Paimon comes in, the magical aspect of it. And as I said, you know, the color red, no, this is, as you see the camel with these beautiful ornaments, and it had like very, very pompous, very beautiful red, like a vibrant red, like beautiful, like scarlet red, you know, it was shining in that light of the golden. There's the red, the golden, the black, the blue, the green, the orange, the yellow, the blue, no, the yellow, white as well, you know, she represents very much the white, the yellow. It's almost to say she was more a traveler than him. He's like, she was the one who freed him in the same way, you know. because it was meant to be their meeting. It was the recognition, the love, no? From the beginning. So there is this very, very beautiful romantic meeting between them two in the market. And then through the element of the green, of the travel, no? Of the orange, of the fire, of the passion, of the gold, of the, it's almost like she shows him in the desert, a cave, no? There's gold, there's like, the story of the camel always brings you to water, always, there's always element of life. And of surprise, and it's like them finding this gold, these jewels, this cave. There's a place in the desert. Where it's a lot of jewels or a lot of gold. At the same time, it represents even the element of the darkness of the abyss. But at the same time, of the knowledge of the wisdom. So both of them are very wise. They're very old. They're very knowledgeable. The mirror has to be right. And that's what they both understand, at the same time. And at the same time, the element of him understanding her without words, he could read her soul, he could understand her. That's like one thing that Paimon asks, There's always this element of course, I honor you with respect and sincerity or honor, There's no question, there's this honesty that he sees in the girl, and at the same time, the request, he understood, he was wise. And of course, there's meaning behind the love, There's a full recognition of her, So of course Paimon did the right thing, the Paimon, not only the girl had her happy, answer, it was him as well, Like very much so. So he comes down from the camel and he speaks with her and he asks her to marry. That's like the story in the book. And then the journey goes further, with the camel, with the celebration. It moves from the village into the desert, and there is like different scenery, them talking, and then you have the beautiful romantic evenings in the desert. It's like very, very nice, like love and connection between Paimon and his girl. And then it comes this city Sirta, there's a city in the past of this era, in different stories. One can almost like understand approximately which time, there's always a question of time. But at the same time, they teach each other at the same time, He's teaching her things, and she's showing or teaching, There's, of course, the connection they share is very much like this. And then they decide to marry, and then they have this beautiful wedding in the desert, this ceremony in the night between them. It's very, very honorable, true love, And they make the vows, they become a man and wife, a bride and the groom, and they have the union in this romantic night, desert sky. It's very, very beautiful. Fits very much to their song, to their silence, to their essence, and the way that they decide, to unite their souls, to unite this love as forever, in this endless love. And then the story goes further on. There's the beautiful journey, the recognition between them, the meaning. And I will continue to read from the book and see what other elements come. In the same time, I can talk a little bit more about the first keys. So the first key, it's almost like the mirror, the normal reflection of the first understanding. Then you have the second is the key, It's almost like it does carry a hidden opportunity, It shows like the best. 2 is always a good number. And then you have 3, which is like it's almost like an X, At the same time it's equal, it's black, you don't really know. So it's like which one is the best hand from 1 to 3, Like which one is the lucky strike, which one is the right number, which is the right key. Is it 1, is it 2, or is it 3, you know? How can one know? How can one decide? It's like, okay, I feel like number 2, it shows more opportunity, you know? I'm attracted, I say, nugget, I will like, if I will not know, I will choose number 2. That will be like my best bet, you know? Same time, number 1, it carries the same, no? It could be the same like 2. And 3, 2 has this like, even more hidden meaning, you know? It's like, okay, which one has more potential? We say, okay, number 2. Same time, of course, it could be number 3, you know? So it's like, that's the question, how one can decide. And, you know, I would say, okay, I go number 2. It's like, if I cannot say, I will choose number 2. And then you find that out that it's the lucky number. And, yeah, number 2, no? It does represent Paimon, number 2. It's like almost, the color is violet or the color is orange, no? There's always like the element of 2 in his story. As I have said it through the story, it's almost like the answer is in the story of number 2. Of the all. If you listen again, you'll see number 2 repeating a lot through it. At the same time, 3 is like, okay, it's like 3 would have been like the second best number choice too as well. It's lucky 2, no? It would have been the same good as 2. But almost to say, well, 2 is the right one and 3 would have been the same good. Of number 3, no? There's the element of surprise you took that, and then it's actually the one who rewards you and gives you. It's like actually the goal is in number 3, no? As I've said too in the story, in the abyss, in the cave, the element of 3, which is the triangle, it does represent the element of darkness, okay? Of the black. Same time, the 3 almost like creates the 4, no? Because then we have the cube. And, okay, but we stay at 1, 2, 3. So 2 is almost like a 7, no? When you have 7, 7, 7. It's like very good number, very good strike. The number 3, you know, is the element of M. At the same time, number 5 and 7. It's like another like very good combination, no? And if one wants to do the exercise with A, B, C, no, it's always like A is 1, B is 2, and C is 3, no? And it's almost like B, okay. It could have been A, no? The answer could have been A, and maybe B is the wrong one. Maybe 2 is not the best choice, no? Maybe it was the wrong decision too, no? So it's like you go back to number 1. And then if you was to choose between 1 and 3, I will choose 3, you know, and maybe still it's the wrong and maybe still the 1, no? It's almost like by going after the keys, you do come back to the first key, which will give you the right answer, no? It's almost like the game you cannot lose. The 1, 2, 3. It's, you know, it's even shows like the different geometrical figures. You have the triangle, you have the circle, and then you have the rectangular or the quadrat, no? And at the same time, number 2 represents, if I was to say, Paimon best. And number 5. Maybe the E came later, maybe it was Paimon, or no? Maybe sometimes name, you know, changes a little bit. Maybe it was Paimon. Because it's really, for me, it's number 5, no? Maybe E, I don't know, you know, maybe it does represent that it doesn't come alone, no? There's the element of course, E, which is, of course, correct and important, so. But, same time, I see the number 4, no? There's the foundation of the cube, which, of course, is another, number of Paimon. It's always like he always comes in the twins, in the twos, in the duplicates. Always giving, no? Always king, always, the element of Ka too. I think Ka is 3, 5, 7, no? It can be even 4, of course, or 9. It moves too in 11, you know, not only straight numbers. As I said, 11, 13, no? It's always like 1 plus 3 is 4 in different variation, no? 4 to 8, or there's always repetition or a code in that way, no? Or the images, no? So the language of Paimon is there, no? If you understand, or if you he's there, no? He gives this knowledge, he gives this. It's almost like in the book, no, his voice, no, he gives this knowledge, he gives this story, no, of who he is, what he represents, no. It's very, very beautiful. As I said, King Paimon is and always been my masterpiece. I really love this book and what it represents, and the things that I've learned through writing it, and in general through the story, and what King Paimon represents for me now. And this element of love, of the beauty of how I see King Paimon, and the beautiful element of the romantic, of the love, of the camel, and the beautiful representation of him as well as king, as dominion, as power. It's the beauty of him, of King Paimon, that comes very much through the poem. It's always like there's always a level up, there's always a higher standard, there's always a higher love, a higher beauty that comes with Paimon, no? There's always high honor, always good news, no? It's always like number 7, no? Or number 2, 5, no? There's the different chances, or the 3 keys, no? Or like we say, the 3 doors. And I want to say, well, these doors, they are this, a part of Paimon choice, or Paimon giving, the same way like Paimon gives, the moment he arrives he gives, in the moment he comes it's good, in the moment he appears is beautiful, there's the element of music, of celebration. That's why it's always number 5, celebration, the family, the home, the love, the warmth, the desert, the camel, the love, the unity, Another, of course, through O and N too, it does represent 6 and 9 as well, which is 13, which is another 4, these days, I said, there's always an element of surprise of the 4, of the element of Paimon, which is again 5, 4 and 5. It's like the main numbers that I will give Paimon. And E represents like the 6 and the 7, at the same time the 11th element of the twin, as well as 2. So the element of twin always represents with the number, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. And another number I see is number 8. It's very balanced, It represents very much Paimon as well, as the crown, as the king, as the number 4, 8. 12, which goes again to 3. 3, 2 is a basic number. So it's like, if I was to choose, I would choose number 3, option 3, C. They always say C is the most accurate. If you don't know ABC, always choose C or number 3. That will have most high chances to be the right answer. And that's like the way that Paimon works, through this knowledge, through this type of a balance, I see like 3, 6, 9, or 2, 4, 8, or like the different these, but at the same time they are like the 3 doors, or the 3 keys. But the 3, as I've said, represents the unknown, the one with the most high potential, so it's number 3. At the same time, 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, So the 3 is 1, 2, and then 3 minus 2 is 1, and then, as I said, 1 plus 2 is 3, There's always like a 1 to 3 is part of Paimon, and the same as number 4 and 5. And then if you go from 1 to 5, then it's 6, then you go 2 to 4, 6 is 8, 3 to 6 is 9, 6 to 7 is 13, and so on. So it's always like there's the element of elevation, of And another number I see, number 2. Sometimes I have even in the book poems verses which is just 2 words. No, in general I see number 2, as I've said, is like a main number of payment through the meaning of the twin, no, of the brother, of the element of twin, of the double for payment. And another I see like 3 and 4, like a 7, no? And 7 is like another lucky number, the element, of course, of payment as well. We can even say Paimon, no, in that meaning of Paimon, 7 letters. If we put an element of A, it's almost like the element of air, of the wind. And 7 is represents fire as well, or the color orange or the color yellow. And as animal we spoke about, no, because I've seen the color like gold and black, the element of like the lion or the panther, no, these colors. It's almost if I was to think of like desert, no, or if you see the trees, it's very like the element of green with the orange, no. The same in the yellow and the blue, the sky and the sun, the golden, no, the golden color of the camel, of the sand. So it's very much a dream-like, no. It's very much the aspect of magic of a grimoire, no. It's a fantasy story, no. It's a hymn, no. It's like a trattato di love, no. A love trattato, no. A love declaration, no. But in this beautiful form of payment. So going back to our numbers, like 1, 2, 3, no. Number 3 is I must say, the right answer. And about like number 1, 2, I think it's very interesting. Well, if it's like there's a question, you have 3 answers and you have 2 you have to make right, it's always like 1 and 3. It's like the best choice, no? And in numbers, I think number 2 is always like a good choice. Number 2 is always lucky, no? It's almost written like 7 as well. So it speaks almost about like intuition, about numbers, about the magical aspect, no? Of course, like the geometrical figures are representation of numbers, of the 4 parts, no? The what it means, no? 4 is more like the cube or the chair of stability, no? The triangle is like the number 3, 5, the house, no? It's almost like even the planets, no? They have these figures. These are like the Pythagoras figures, no? And at the same time, they represent numbers as well. Letters as well, no? You have them in the alphabet, and they all represent a number as well. And the part of the crown or the E, no? It's almost like the part of payment which represents royalty. The E, the I, no? And at the same time, it does represent it. I didn't speak enough about the water element of payment, because there is the element of the fish, of the snake, of the water, no? That's like one of the beautiful aspects of payment, of the green, of the vegetation, of the growth. Is very, very the element of water, no? Someone like connected, no? It's like if I think of crocodile or sun god Ra, no? They are connected, no? There's the crocodile needs the warm water. He has to be in the presence of the lot of sunlight, no? And it's like the perfect animal for the perfect ambient, no? The same we have in the desert, no? There's a certain type of animals, and they all have representation to payment as well, as the monkey. I think in one recording I spoke about the monkey, there's the element of 6-7 of Paimon, which is the aspect of the monkey, Paimon. No, it does carry that seed of the monkey. Sometimes he does represent that animal, or the frog, or like the turtle, the element of the water. And 5-7 is almost like the green color. At the same time, 8-9, like the same. It's almost the element of the desert, of the cave, of the mystery. The beautiful element of Paimon. And there's the element of 5, which is the element of Mercury. There's the element of iron or metal or gold. Represents Paimon as well as 7, as I've said, as well as 2. 2 is always, I've said, a good choice. It's always 2 is like golden. Or it's like 1, 2, 3, always like 2. It's always like a good choice, even if it's not the right answer, something like that. 2 is always like the balance, the good choice, And another aspect will be like the aspect of the mirror in Paimon, and there's the element, of always like more. There's always an element of more when it comes to Paimon. And one can talk a little bit more. I will record in another recording. It's getting a little late, but it is interesting. Of course, I would love to get more about the thematic of the tiger and the lion. It's almost the element of 4 or 5, At the same time, when we had the element of the monkey of 6, and 7, and then quite interesting about the meaning of his name. As I've said, the same as I always see number 5, which is a very Paimon number, as well as 10, a duplicate of that number. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to continue to talk in other recordings about King Paimon, and I'm going to probably talk quite the same subjects, but maybe in different matter, about King Paimon, the book. Hope you enjoyed listening. All the best to you, and until next time, bye.